I get the question all the time, how can I use this exchange if I'm in a country that maybe doesn't allow it? Now, Bybit has chosen to restrict some of the countries. It's not the countries restricting Bybit. Bybit's chosen to restrict some of the countries that they allow access to because it's a process, it's an expensive and it's a long process for them to get everything they need in order to be allowed to operate in those countries. So instead, to keep it simple, they say no, they shut those countries out. Now, the way around that a lot of people have seen, if you've watched some videos on YouTube, I've seen people make these videos. They say, use a VPN, set your country to a location that you are allowed to use Bybit, and then just have your VPN on when you're creating your account, every time you log in, every time you're doing anything on it, and after you log out, that's when you turn off your VPN. So doing this kind of bypasses the restriction that they have. Like I said, there are different videos on YouTube that do cover that. Now, with that out of the way, let's go into the actual platform, how it works. Starting off, there's going to be a link down below in the description. It is an affiliate link, and Bybit offers some great promotions for new people signing up. For example, sometimes if you deposit 0.2 Bitcoin, they'll give you like $300, $400, $500, $600 for free. You can't withdraw it, but you can trade with it, and then all the profit you make from that money that you trade with, you can withdraw all that profit. So it's basically a free trade. When it comes to signing up, all you have to do is put in your email, put in your password, don't even have to give your name. You're gonna click the link, put in your email, put in your password. The referral codes are gonna be there because you guys clicked the link, and then you're gonna check, I've read and agree to Bybit's terms of service. So once you have that done, they're gonna send you an email. I'm gonna do it really quick for you guys. It's gonna take around about a minute because it's extremely fast. I'm gonna make an account, I'm gonna deposit some Bitcoin on there, and I'm gonna show you guys how the whole platform looks on the inside. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so once you've signed up, this is what your page should look like. You have on the top right your name, your email address. Then if you hover over that drop-down menu, you have My Assets. Now, My Assets is where you would click to actually go deposit Bitcoin. Extremely simple. You click My Assets. They have Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, EOS, XRP. You would pick which one you want to deposit, click deposit, copy the Bitcoin address that it gives you or the address that it gives you, then withdraw from wherever your Bitcoin is. If it's Coinbase, Binance, withdraw from there and put in this address as your deposit address, and it's going to be deposited onto your Bybit exchange. Extremely simple. Then if you go hover over trade, go into inverse perpetual, you can see the different pairings that they have. The most familiar one that everybody's going to be used to is Bitcoin, and this is the one a lot of people use when they're starting off. Now, I deposited a little bit. You see the available balance. We got just under 0.01 Bitcoin. I think that's like 350, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I just put a little bit on here just to show you guys how the whole thing works, and this is the layout of Bybit. Now, although they offer the chart over here, you can change it to the 1 hour chart. There's the 30-minute, the 4 hour, the daily. You can actually add indicators and stuff. Personally, I still prefer to use TradingView. It's a much more interactive platform. It's one I've used for years and years and years. And I'm gonna continue to do all the charting, everything on the TradingView platform. And I can even open up BTC USD on Bybit on TradingView, like the Bybit pair on TradingView, and everything, the pricing and everything is going to be the exact same. But we have the order book over here. We have the recent trades. You can see what everybody is trading, completely transparent. And then over here on the top right, we see the actual trade setup. Now I have to keep moving my head to make sure you guys can actually see how everything works. But up on the top right, we have the actual trade setup. This is where we would set up a trade. We have a limit order, which means you want it to trigger at a specific price that you choose. Or you have a market order, which means you want it to trigger right now, as soon as this happens. And the big thing with Bybit is it allows you to use leverage. Leverage just means you can trade. Let's say you have 0.1 Bitcoin and you're using a 10x leverage. Your trade is going to be worth 1 Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin moves 10%, you're making 10% times the 10x that you're doing. So you're making 100% gain if you're on a 10x leverage. A 10% Bitcoin move is a 100% move with the amount you have, right? So if you have 0.1 Bitcoin, you're on a 10x leverage, Bitcoin moves 10%, you've made 100%. So you've made 0.1 Bitcoin in profit. And that's sort of the beauty of how this whole thing works. Now, if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend starting at 10x leverage. You might get enticed with 100x leverage. Now, if you do 100x, you're gonna have a very close liquidation price. We'll talk about the liquidation price in just a second. But if you're a beginner, like I said, the way to decrease risk is to use a small amount when it comes to the actual trading setup you're doing, and then use 2x or use 1x. Right, you can click confirm, it'll apply the leverage change. You can use 2x leverage or you can use 1x leverage. Now 1x leverage might not sound fantastic, but the big thing here is you don't have to sell to USDT. And you don't have to hold USDT because you think Bitcoin's price is going to go down. A lot of people don't like that. So what they end up doing is just holding Bitcoin ups and downs, ups and downs. They're just holding Bitcoin because they're scared if they sell to USDT, Bitcoin might pump, and they're stuck in USDT and they never know when to buy back, and then they miss out on a bunch of gains. So what a lot of people do is use 1x leverage just to short Bitcoin, which means you think the price of Bitcoin is going down. You want to bet on the price going down, and if it goes down, you make more Bitcoin. That way you're profiting if the price goes down without having to sell to USDT. That is the beauty of how this whole thing works. Now let's go back to 10x leverage just because the numbers are a lot easier to calculate. What we're going to see here is the order price, and we're going to be on limit because personally I almost exclusively use limit orders because I want it to trigger at specific prices. But let's say it's $34,700 now. Let's say we want 34,000, let's say 700, right? Let's make it easy. 34,700 is where we want our trade to be executed. This is the price that we want to either open our long position or open our short position. Now the quantity, what a lot of people get wrong here is the quantity, you need to do a little bit of math. The quantity is the amount of Bitcoin you're going to put in multiplied by your leverage. And that's why I wanted to do 10x leverage to make it extremely simple. What the quantity is, let's say I want to put in 100 US dollars, right? I want to trade with 100 US dollars. That's what I'm comfortable putting in. Well, then the quantity, if I'm going to be at a 10x leverage, I need to put in the quantity of 1,000, right? Because that already adds the leverage. And what you'll see over here underneath the buy/long and the sell/short, I have a 0.0029 Bitcoin. That is the amount of Bitcoin I'm going to have to put into the trade. And that's the equivalent of $100, right? Multiplied by the 10x leverage, that gives you your order value. Your order value is the total value of your order after you include the leverage. So down here is how much you're going to have to put in, right? This is how much out of your wallet, out of your assets gets put in. And then this is what your total order quantity is going to be. You'll see if I shift this down to 5x, if I shift this down to 5x, let's type in 1,000 again. All of a sudden, I'm going to have to put in more, right? Because 1,000 divided by the 10 was 100, but divided by the 5, I have to put in more money now, right? So I have to put in double the money, 0.0058 Bitcoin, and my order value stays the same at 1,000 US dollars. It's as simple as that. Let's go back to the 10x leverage just to make it easy. Boom, you'll notice this changed back to the original that we had before. So $100 is what I'm gonna have to put in. My available balance is 0.0095, so we have enough to cover that. And we wanna click post only. Post only just means it says the post only order will only be executed as a maker order. If it can be executed immediately as a taker order, it will be automatically canceled. What this means is there's not going to be any fluctuation in terms of the price. You're going to set your price at 34,700 or 34,710 or whatever you set it at, and it's not going to submit the order at any other price. So make sure you click that, and then we're going to enter a long or a short position. Let's say we think Bitcoin's going to go up from here. Let's say we think Bitcoin's going to go down from here. We would click sell/short. We have a 1,000 USD order. We have $100 in the trade at a 10x leverage, and it's going to give you the whole trade setup. We must review this. This is the important part. We need to review what's going on. So the order price, we need to check again. This is what we wanted, the order price. This is the quantity in US dollars of the actual contract that we're opening, of the trade that we're opening. This is how much it's going to cost us. This is what the total value is, right? So it's going to cost us basically 10% because we're at a 10x leverage, 10% of this. And then this gives us the estimated liquidation price. Now this liquidation price, what this is the price where you lose your trade. If this price is hit and you don't have a stop loss set, if this price is hit, you lose the whole amount that you traded with. And that's the risky part with leverage trading. And that's why if you're a beginner, you want to start at a lower leverage. Because if I cancel this and go to a 1x trade, right? We're going to a 1x. So now I need to shift this down because we need $100 at 1x. Our quantity is going to be $100 that we're going to have to put in, and $100 is going to be our order value. Now my liquidation price is $999,999 US dollars. It gives us a huge range. Even at 2x leverage, right? If I click to 2x leverage and I click a short, our liquidation price is $68,712. So a lot of people use this in order to enter long positions with low leverage, because if I were to enter a long here, My liquidation price is 23,000. There is a very big gap between 34,000 that we're at right now and 23,000. So that's why a lot of people choose to use these platforms, and you can do it safely and you can do it in a way that benefits you long term without having to take on the 10x risk and all that stuff, 100x, which I don't recommend anyone do unless you're really good at trading and you're looking at the really, really short term, really small time frames. Don't use 100x. Personally, I like 10x, sometimes 20x, a lot of the times 5 to 10x, just to be safe. But let's go back, let's click our short order. Let's put this back to 1,000 we were at before. 10x leverage, short, our liquidation price is 38,342. We have a 10x leverage and it's good until cancel. So we can click confirm. Okay, so I had to make a little bit of a change. I put it at 34,800 because what happened was it's higher than 34,700 right now and we're entering a short. I planned on entering a long, but since we're doing a short, betting on the price going down, we needed to have a position that was actually higher than the price right now for us to hit. So now our trade is under the active trade. If I click on active, you can see our 1,000 quantity trade filled 0 out of 1,000. Our total order value, all that stuff is set up over here. And the cool thing is you can actually drag and drop to change the price that you want. So let's zoom in here, for example. This is the limit order at $34,800. If I were to drag this down, right, I can actually trigger it at a different price. I can adjust it to trigger a different price, right? So now it canceled because we have post only set up, but this currently, we've dragged it too low. The price was too low, so it canceled our order. It's not gonna set. That's why you want post only on, because you're not gonna be moving it manually. Now let's just enter a quick position to show you guys what it looks like when you are actually on. The cool thing too is you can buy along with take profit and stop loss. You can set the take profit you want. You can set the stop loss you want. The idea here is that you want to set a stop loss that's hit before your liquidation price. That way you don't have to worry about losing your full trade. You can have a stop loss that says, hey, if it goes against my trade, if it goes against the direction I want, if it hits this price, sell at a loss. That way I can enter the next position and not have to worry about hitting my liquidation price. And the take profit is just, hey, if it hits this price, if I'm in profit here, sell it, let's take our profit and let's move on from there. So let's very quick set this up again to the point where let's say we want to take profit at 30,000. That's where we're going to take profit on our short. We're going to be at a short, obviously. 30,000 is going to be our take profit. Our stop loss, if it hits 34,500, no, if it hits 34,900, we want to cancel the trade. That's our stop loss. We're going to click sell short, confirm, and now we have that short set up again with the take profit and with the stop loss already set. So that's extremely good. Now again, it's set over here to a point where if it hits our price, if it hits 34,755, then it's going to execute. Let's see if I can bring this down and have the trade execute faster. 33.5, boom. Does this work? Yes, so now we have a trade entered. It hit the thing, I try to move it specifically. You'll see the actual take profit already set over here. And if we zoom out, you'll see our stop loss is set over here as well. Both of these you can drag and drop to change if you wanted to. You can see we're currently at a loss because we just entered a trade randomly. I'm just showing this to give you guys an idea. I'm not telling you to enter a short right now. Not a good idea. If you wanted to close the position all of a sudden, you would just click market and you can just close that trade right now. No matter what profit you're in, you close that trade. Then you have your daily realized profit and loss. You can see that. The unrealized profit or loss, what most people tend to look at, is this one over here. We have the position 0.002 at a 10x leverage. That's how much we put in at a 10x leverage. So we have $100 in 10x leverage. Our order value is that $1,000 that we talked about. This is the entry price that we got into the trade, and we have our liquidation price, just to remind us, 38,403. Now, since we have a stop loss set at $34,900, then we're not going to have to worry about 38,400 hitting and liquidating, because if it hits 34,900, we're going to close the trade anyways, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. That's the importance of using a stop loss. And it's as simple as that. That's how you set up a trade on Bybit. Like I said, if you're a beginner, use lower leverage, use smaller amounts. As you get more comfortable, you can increase your leverage. You can increase the amount you want to do. You want to use. We're already up 67 cents, $1.29 if we hover over it. We're not doing too bad. Now, this trade, I don't think I'm going to keep open after this video ends. We'll see. Maybe we'll see for fun. We'll catch up on a future video. But some of the other options and some of the other things that Bybit has, they have a great referral program if you want to sign up your friends. If you want to do all that, once you create an account, you can become an affiliate for them as well and help people sign up and get people started with using the platform. Teach them the right way. Tell them to be safe. Don't hype this up and, tell them to jump in 100x. You're not going to make any more money, and it's really just going to turn them off from the platform. It's not a good idea. And then also, they've recently added exchange coins, where if you go to your assets, if you see, it's going to be on the top right, I believe, it's going to say exchange, which means you can actually exchange. Let's say, I have Bitcoin on here now, 0.0066 Bitcoin. I can exchange that Bitcoin for Ethereum straight on this platform. And then if I choose to, trade Ethereum, I can go over here, click on Ethereum, and you'll see currently I have no Ethereum on here. But if I exchange my Bitcoin to Ethereum straight on their platform, I'm going to have Ethereum to trade with straight over here without having to withdraw it, exchange it somewhere else and withdraw it back. You'll see they also added a fiat gateway, which allows you to buy crypto using fiat. Again, something else, they've been adding a lot of stuff to the platform, making it a more all-in-one place where people can exchange their assets for the different ones to trade with. Then they can buy crypto with fiat and use that to trade with, all of that on the platform as well. So I wanted to give you guys a complete step-by-step tutorial for beginners of how this works. Hopefully this did help you guys out. If it did, don't forget, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below asking me any questions you guys have involving this platform, how it works, how to set up a trade, anything like that. And if you guys want to follow my trades that myself and my expert team are entering, we'll give you altcoin trades, we'll give you the leverage trades, all of that. It's going to be a link down below in the description for that as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.